Okay then guys, as promised on the last video, a quick look around the TeePee, and we'll look at some tomatoes and things like that, and maybe the chilies at home as well. I think the TeePee's coming on very well actually. There's I can't count them now, 17 pots around the outside. And well, I'll go through what's in each one, shall I? First one here, we've got a straight 8 cucumber, had a few off there. Then there's a red climbing bean with lovely red flowers going up there. Oh, I have to get out the sun a bit, hang on. The third one has got some alderman peas in it, and they're doing quite well as well. I keep saying they're doing quite well because everything's doing quite well. The first sort of squashy type cucumber, and there's a nice one growing down there, and that is the white turban. Then we have got an unknown tomato. I put that in because I had nowhere else to put it, so I've got to tie that one in a minute actually. Not sure what that one is. Looks like it could be a purpley type one. Then we have the first of the 4 tromboncinos, and there he is down there, nice long one. I put 4 tromboncino plants in because I do like tromboncinos. A very, very versatile squash. Eat it when it's green as a summer squash, or let it mature to brown as a winter squash. Then we have a spaghetti squash. You can't quite see it from here, but there's one on the inside, I'll show you that. And then underneath, those little tiny leaves, they are a cucamelon that's growing up. I always plant cucamelons in amongst something else, they're just too small and spindly to grow on their own. Here's the second tromboncino, and you would not believe the flowers I had on this. If we count all these, hang on, I'm not sure if they're all going to get pollinated, but I think there's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well at least 7 anyway. So fingers crossed for that one. Now the weird looking one in the centre sort of terracotta pot there, that is the giant Bolivian acucha, and that is going rampant everywhere, which was my intention actually. Loads of flowers on that. Another tromboncino with a few fruits looking like they may have been pollinated, those ones. I'm not sure actually, because no, the flower's not open on that yet, has it? No. That one in the back has. Oh, look at the size of that flower. Dragon's egg cucumber. I've been picking these almost every other day, and I've just noticed I've missed one down the bottom. There's a big one. And there's one there. Guess what? Another tromboncino. That's the 4th one. We've got a tomatillo there. Basically, just to fill the space up. It's not a climber, but that's fruiting quite well as well. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough to make any sort of salsa verde with, but we'll see. We'll see. Then we have uchiki curry. Squash, that's fruiting up well. That's another one that's sort of going up and then climbing over 2 or 3 canes. Another alderman pea, flowering well as well. Then we got another red red climbing bean. And lastly, a green dragon cucumber behind this bag, and I've had a few fruits off that as well. Now these bags, while I'm here, these bags, although they are useful, they're the only product I think I've ever taken off of my Amazon shop. They do work, they hold 10 litres, but there's no way, like it says in the advert listing, that they'd last for a week, 2 hours at the most. So I top them up before I go, and it just gives that a bit of extra water. Okay, I've just seen a bee on the pea. When I say about these drippers and the bag not lasting long, that is as slow as you can turn it down. It will not go any lower. And so with, well, there's actually 8 on each. It just empties the bag in an hour or so. And there's the spaghetti squash and the largest of the tromboncino so far. Okay then, on to the tomatoes, and I'll just tell you what these 3 are. We got Ukrainian purple on the right there. In the centre is a Lacadero, and the end one on the left is Persuasion. Now, what I am glad I did this year, or didn't do, was cut any side shoots off apart from the ones that were touching the ground. It's been so hot that pollination in general has been quite poor, and because of that there are not many fruits. But because I left a load of side shoots on, as you can see all over the place, I should be getting quite a few fruits, as evidenced in there at the moment. See, look, I mean, what would this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there, and so far only 3 have pollinated. So that's the same over all of my tomatoes actually. Now these two here in this raised bed, this old straw bale raised bed, what are they? Rubella Green and the New Zealand one that I can't pronounce. I'll put the name on the screen. Now you may think, oh my word, they're close together, aren't they? Well, what I've done, I've purposely tied them together so that the insides stay a little bit humid. Now this may sound very counterintuitive, you know, blight and all that, but we have not had a Hutton alert, a blight warning since May. Now I do check daily, and as soon as we get one, I will open this up and trim a few leaves off and then spray with JBA Blight Guard, obviously. That one there, that's the New Zealand one, is fruiting up very nicely. And much the same in this bed here. 3 tomatoes tied in close together, 2 San Marzano, or should I say San Marzano style, because they're not growing on the banks of the Mount Vesuvius in volcanic ash, and a Turkish monastery. And again, it's hard to make out, but there's quite a few flowers not pollinated. It's quite easy watering in these straw bales at the moment. I see a lot of plot holders going mad with the hoses and that, but I just put the odd watering can in there. And finally up the allotment is the row of 7 tomatoes that are on what was going to be the raspberry frame. I'll just talk you through them all. So starting on the right, we've got Black Beauty, Chuppa Chups, Flame, that was very nice last year. Now see that one's sort of breaking the rules by having loads of flowers on it. Anyway, Gunmetal Grey, Yellow Tulip, Vintage Wine, and Belle Angevine. And I've been tying these up willy-nilly, and again no side shooting as such really, only the bits that dangle and touch the ground, but there's not been many here. Maybe a bit of a mistake in these bags, although the bags do keep the compost quite damp. Maybe they're not quite big enough, so maybe next year go for 30-litre buckets. Not sure yet, but that's next year, isn't it? I think that's all the tomatoes for the plot at the moment. We'll do a proper plot tour one week. Okay guys, home now, and look at the indeterminate tomatoes first. There's 3 in there. The one nearest me is Latava, and I don't remember it being this prolific last year, or what do you call it? Multiflorous, I don't know what it is. But again, look, not an awful lot pollinated, so I'm glad I didn't do any pruning there. Again, it's a big mess, and I will trim them all down if there's a blight alert. The one in the middle is a Ristomate, one of my favourites. I hope that that comes to something. I can't even actually see any flowers on that one, because that's not a Ristomate there. And the one over there by my boy's car, that is Purple Sunrise, and you can just about see a bit of purple on them. That fruit there has actually got, is it cat facing or blossom end rot? Let's go round and have a look. Oh no, it's just been eaten by a slug or something. Panic over, Steve. Maybe that's how they form actually. Maybe they just look a bit weird underneath. Yeah, there's quite a few on there. Quite a few of these purpley looking ones. Now in the Vegepod, there are several totally self-seeded Santium Sunrise. They are indeterminate, believe it or not, and I've just let them ramble everywhere. And yes, I've been picking a few already. My favourite tomato of all time. I think they are a little bit more... 2 seconds. No, they're just as good as ever. I was going to say they're a bit more thick-skinned, but they're not. We'll talk about thick skin in a minute. Okay, on the end here, next to the bike, the new bike, Gobstopper. Now I don't remember that being a sort of dwarf tomato last year. I don't remember it having oval fruit. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll find out when they mature a bit. Next we have the 3 that came from Robin in the same packet. Very cleverly, different coloured seeds. Pink champagne, mango apricot, and chocolate cherry. Chocolate cherry first. Nearly ready there, nearly ready. A few little leaves dying off there, I'll prune those in a minute. Mango apricot. Yeah, this is a bit hard too. Funnily enough, the ones at the bottom are smaller than the ones higher up. And pink champagne. They're not far off either. And again, no pruning, no side shooting whatsoever. Behind me we got the mango lassie. There's a couple little cherries there. In fact, I think they're all cherries in the quad grows this year. There's the pear-shaped ones. Rambling everywhere. Tim's Taste of Paradise in here. I was worried about that, and it has suddenly shot up, so brilliant. Last but not least, we have Britain's Breakfast. And it's a bit strange, I don't even... Oh yes, we have. We've got some fruit. Got some fruit down there, but we haven't got any more flowers. Okay, then on with the determinate tomatoes. This one's Boxer Rebellion, very, very nice last year. And these are my own saved seeds, actually. And that is blossom end rot. Oh dear me, I need to sort this out then. I need a bit more watering on these. These pots are almost too small, that's the problem. Yep, this is the worst I've ever had it. This was tucked against the beds and I've not seen these fruits, so there you are. Warts and all, as they say. But it's not a disease, it's Digwell's fault, so we'll sort that out. Okay, next up is Dwarf Purple Heart. I should be picking that one now. I'll do that now. I'm going to get a pair of scissors and cut that one off, actually. Back in a second. There we are. Very nice. So we'll do a taste test of that one pretty soon. It does feel a bit firm still. Now, see, I should have taken this off earlier, but all these were facing the raised beds. I'll try and show you, look. You see, look, they're all against there. See, and there's a couple of right ones there I should have had. And this unruly one here is Spanish Dancer. There's a couple of fruits coming on it. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Next up then is the Principe Borghese. There's a few on here already, actually. I mean, it's hard to see and not go out of focus. So it's yeah, I'll pick a few of these actually. We're getting there, guys. 2 to go. This one is Midnight Roma, and you can see it's a Roma type paste tomato. Look, and you can see it's going to be a dark one by the anthocyanin, whatever you call it, in the fruits. This is Latta, very, very nice. I had this one last year. These are my own saved seeds again. There's a couple of ripe ones there. Left those go too long actually, but ooh. And I was just showing Blossom's hairdresser what the breaker point is on a tomato, and she's going to explain to her husband. Yeah, so once a tomato reaches that colour, take it off the vine, because the vine does absolutely nothing to ripen the fruit. A lot of people still don't believe this, but believe me, it's totally true. Alright guys, finished all the tying up of the determinate tomatoes. So what I've done now, I just put them in some, what you call them, gravel baths or whatever. And in that case they're an old storage container. Looks like there's a fair bit of water in there, but there's not really. It's the pots that have made it look deep. And being peat-based compost, they'll only soak up as much as they need anyway. And that is the rainbow drops mixed in the hanging basket. They're very tasty, but the skins are so thick. And like I'm going to say in a video in just a minute at the end of this one, I've picked a load of the mason juice out of them. And I'll leave some to see if the skins go any thinner. Because it could be the intense sun we're having lately making the skins very, very thick. And they are very thick. Well, that's it, guys. I tell you what, we'll do the chilies next time, because this has gone on quite a bit. Now, when I said there's no tomato in the back garden, I forgot this one. This is the one that I did the graft on, or one of the two. Only one made it. This one here, and it's still going. There's the graft there. Can you see that? There's the graft. It's growing, but it's not going to come to anything, I don't think. But the rest of it, it snapped off. It fell off the blooming table, snapped off. But it's got a couple of fruits on it. And I can't for the life of me find out which 2 tomatoes I did. I did A on B and B on A, or whatever they were, but I can't remember which one this is. Oh dear. Well, there's always next year. Alright guys, I'm going to do something a little bit different this year with the tomato taste test. I don't think my tomatoes are going to ripen at the same time to do a proper pucker Digwell taste test. So I'm going to just do 1 or 2 as they're available. Now, I'm going to start this off with these rainbow mix. Now, the reason I'm doing this, I had one the other day, and I tell you what, I have had thinner skin on a grapefruit. They are so thick. And this is why the juice is here, because I'm going to make juice out of them. They're no good for eating. But I'm just wondering if it's because of the sun. You know, the sun does make tomatoes' skin thicker, and some of these, like this one, yeah, that one, this one I picked when it was at the breaker point, just before that actually, just after that, and they have ripened, but they're just as hard. In fact, I'll do one of those as well. Just have a quick taste then. Let's get the orange one out of the way. Didn't get any yellow ones. They taste lovely, by the way. Very, very thick, very thick. You know when you eat popcorn, or even even sweet corn, and you get a little bit stuck in between your teeth. It's like that. It really is like that. I'm going to try and here we are. You want me to see it, but that is so tough. Really is. Right, that's the orange one, and this is the red one. So that's the one I just picked off there, wasn't it? A little bit acidic, nice, very nice. But like I said, the skin's terrible. So what I'm going to do with these ones, there's still loads in the hanging basket to come on. Hopefully the weather will get a bit cooler, and we can do another comparison to see if the skin is any thinner. The taste won't be any better, I don't expect, but let's see if the skin is thinner. Right, enough waffling. I'll catch you on the next one. There we are. Just need to find some vodka now.